I'm going to talk about the purpose of this particular book club. We're going to talk about the expectations from both sides, the structure of it, and there's an aspect of community building that I'm very interested in that I want to introduce you guys to. And then that's it. Then we are done for today. Okay, so I will rush through it really, and we do that. Is it? Are you winning? Like share that presentation. No, the thing what the points send please and because I don't have this here. I need the notes. Yeah. Let's just leave it there. Okay. This at least now centers me. This centers me because it's the what I prepared. All right. So you guys can see we're going to talk about the purpose, the structure. With the structure, we're going to talk about frequency, the duration with every frequency. So our meetups will be anything from an hour to 2 hours. That's the plan. And discussions, how we're going to do our discussions, and reflective work and accountability. We want this to be more than just sharing our thoughts on the book. What is expected of you, an aspect of community building, and then we're going to talk about the roles that you play, I play, everybody else plays in relation to that. I've got 2 small tasks for you guys to do, one in class and one that you will do at home. There's a little, I think 3-4 minute video that we're going to watch, and then we are going to end. Okay, so the purpose of the okay. The purpose of the book club is really to read together. I know that's a duh, but we want to read together because when we read together, then it has astronomical impact potential. There's a potential if we do this well that because this is not just leisure reading, this is oh, thank you, baby. Because this is not just leisure reading, this is actually self-improvement, leveling up type of things, and broadening our minds and just introducing new stuff. Sharing it with other people has the potential then to have a huge astronomical impact. That's the purpose of this. Okay, and we get to grow together and we get to come up with our solutions. And I'll talk more about that a bit later. We get to come up with our own solutions, and we execute together as a group. We share journey, and like I said, I'm going to introduce the concept of community sharing and accountability. Okay, accountability will really talk about it as the course continues. We will build on it in that way. How we're going to do that. So now the frequency and we're going to talk about the frequency and duration, the discussion format, what kind of discussions will we have, reflective work, and accountability, right? Frequency will be 2 to 3 times a week. And there's a reason for this, why we are meeting 2 to 3 times a week. If you cannot make it, the recordings will be there and of the discussions and whatever it is that we covered. Make time while you're driving to at least listen to what was said. Because the reason for this, really, I'm going ahead, is that if we want to level up, if we want to do better, if we want something new, we have to, number 1, do something new. Number 2, we have to surround ourselves with the change that we say we want to see. And what better way to do it than with really constant meetups and all those things. So I will also tell you why I thought this, instead of just once a week or once a month like some book club, why I felt this format was going to help us the most. Okay, so we're going to meet 2 to 3 times a week for between 1 to 2 hours. Okay, the discussion format will be part guided and part unguided. And what I mean is I will have prepared things for us to discuss, but there's always room for unguided because we all experience, and we'll talk about this or when we talk about roles also. We all have understandings, learnings, realization, discernments that are different. So just because I started we're using it this one. So just because I've started the book club does not necessarily mean that I take my usual role of being a teacher. I will come and be a teacher with small pockets of the book club, but not its entirety. So this is really all our book club. And with an exception of the tasks that we're going to do, and maybe small little lessons that I will insert. This is very much our book club. Okay, so they will be guided and unguided. Okay, and reflective work, we will have work that we are writing, doing, exercises, things to do at home, practical things, written things. Next month's book, please prepare your hand muscles and everything. Next month's book is going to be heavy on the writing and reflecting. The relationship rescue, you need to really prepare yourself and make sure that you are 100% in. Okay, so we are going to, so then the reflective work will go with the pace that we're doing. We'll have partners for accountability and check-ins. Okay, so expectation, what I expect from you guys is to read the book and make time to read. So this is might be a new thing, or a change in your schedule, or a change in the books that you were reading. So make time for the book, follow the guided pace or go beyond it. You know, do your very best to keep up with the pace that we are at. You know, I belong to this other group where they were reading a book a week, and they would take any, whatever the size of the book, they would split it into 5. If it was a 400 pager, they would make, that's what they did. So, and you know, it was a fast pace, but yeah, for me, I think a month is more than enough. A week is a bit quick, but a month, I feel, if we are really dedicated, it allows for life to happen. And I will also pace it in a way that we always finish early and then make space for things happening. Okay. So there's also off the book club interactions that I want to introduce for daily upkeep, because like I said, if we are to change the way things are, our current environment right now is made up of a lot of sameness, right? So if we want to introduce something new, we actually have to introduce something new. We cannot just say all we're introducing is the book and we are going to hold each other accountable and we think that is enough. The thing is, what you do every day determines whether the trajectory and the speed, the rate at which change happens or up-leveling happens. So then the daily upkeep, I'll tell you guys all about that. Okay, so right now I wanted you guys to vote, but maybe the vote, I will leave it to, maybe I'll leave the vote to WhatsApp, because I was hoping that most of you guys are here. I wanted 2 votes, right? Either and by creating this community of the club participation and the community that I'll be talking about, we can either do so with a private Instagram page or Teams. With Teams, I will have to set up your own Teams for this purpose only. The positive thing about Teams is that it will have your details, and it will, even when you move companies, you get to keep it. You can put it on your cell phone. It's your own private Teams, but it would be then for then within that we'll create groups, channels, and all those things. So Instagram or Teams? What are the people saying? Okay,
I'm no longer on Instagram.
Okay, Teams it is. Sally? Is she still there? Friend, are you still there?
Oh, Kelly left.
Oh, she left. Oh, okay. No, it's fine. So, okay, I'll put the matter to a vote. I'm also leaning towards Teams, but let's hear what the message say. So you have to surround yourself with the change that you want to see. Okay. So so now I'm going to talk about the community building, right? The underlying reason for the book club, right? For the book club is to create a group with a shared connection that binds the people in the group. Okay. I really wanted to create something that connects us and that can build us and that can take us further than just reading. Okay. So it's a place where we share our goals, our wild dreams, our fears, our laughter, and our tears. Okay. So in order for change, if you want something to change, you have to change something. It's very cliches, but it is 100% true. You have to, if you want to change anything, you have to change something that you do every day. And if you want a total overhaul, you cannot just overhaul the 30 minutes or the 1 hour that you spend reading. You have to do a whole lifestyle total overhaul. And the best way is really to make slight changes that are all facing the same goal that you want to do, which is to, the immediate goal is to surround yourself with the change you want to see. So then you make minor changes where you had Instagram. Let's say we voted for Instagram, where we had Instagram or where we had addictions to our phones. Now we have a good reason to keep checking our phones because we are constantly in each other's lives and sharing these things and showing each other this and talking, discussing that. So that's then how we can hack our current lifestyles, because we already are on our phones and we always have notifications. So we may as well turn off or slow down other notification and actually increase the notification of the community. Okay, because then that will be serving the purpose of holding each other accountable and always talking about and thinking about the mission that we are on. Okay, so again, you have to surround yourself with change. Here's the thing, right? Here's if you want to check anybody who has succeeded, or if you are doing anything well, if there's some measure of success, you can actually trace it back to the people that you hang around with. That is already an added advantage, right? So in our journey then of up-leveling, improving, and all of that, we all deserve a community that is non-judgmental. We all deserve a community where it is okay to make a mistake, and we will not allow you to be hard on yourself. You deserve a community where the language that you speak can be heard. Because once you start implementing any change, it could be health, it could be reading, it could be whatever, lifestyle, it could be even AA, as Sia jokingly started with, right? It could be AA. You have to expose yourself to more people that want to see you succeed in that area than those, and limit those who were your drinking buddies, or limit those who are, or get rid of those who, if you're going to self-improvement, then you know the people in your life that when you start saying, I'm about to do XYZ, they start saying, nobody cares about that. You know, when you think about lifestyle things, you know, the life that we want to live, the lifestyle, the going out, leisures and traveling, you know, there are people that you can talk about traveling to, and there's people that you don't talk traveling to. So let's say this was a travel group. So just interacting with traveling buddies will increase and nourish that whole lifestyle of yours of wanting to travel, because you guys are constantly talking about this. Have you done this? Have you been there? So things work when you couple up and when you group up with people that are on the same mission. And the truth is, people that are outside the mission will always have views that are different from what you may think should be the case. And that has a potential. Let's say you want to start something new. The worst thing that could happen to you when you're at the beginning of a journey, or sort of approach the middle before it catches on, the worst thing that could happen is for you to be dragged down and pulled back by the people who are where you are right now, who prefer you the way you are, without change, improvement, and just moving forward. So that's the worst thing that could happen to you. So those people, and some people, they don't even do it on purpose. They do that because how they know this Dineo. So now who's this Dineo who's now all of a sudden saying she's not going to shout at her children, she's going to be a conscious parent, for example. Let's say we are a conscious parent group again. Then we're like, no, we are going to parent our kids this way. There's certain conversations that you cannot have with everybody else because they will not understand you. That's why in order to flourish, you need a group of people that are on the same mission as you because you speak the same language, and then we make vows that we're not hard on each other. We're not hard on ourselves. We celebrate everything small. You celebrate things, big things. So, it's a group, it's a space where it's okay to say bad news. It's okay to come with great news. We're going to celebrate you. And we remind each other of the process and what we said we were going to do. So that's, for me, look at anything, any industry, any group of people that are running an industry. They are doing so because they are a community. And we cannot wait. We cannot say, I got tired of people saying this demographic or this group of people are succeeding and we are, Rona, what is it that we are not doing? How come our problem is that we don't support each other? Okay, that's a problem, but what's the solution? We have to start somewhere. We cannot be comfortable with complaining all the time. At some point, we have to pick up the tools and get to work. And so this, for me, is where we start to say, we're going to start with me. You start with the individual, because to try and solve societal or workplace problems without dealing with the individual self, you'll get tripped up ahead of the road. Somewhere along the road, you're going to get tripped up because there's things that we need to work on ourselves. So then we start with ourselves and with each other, and then we can form that, and that can grow, and even at some point section off. We can have, let's say, for example, a men's section when it's just the men. I'll recruit more men. Please, guys, help me recruit more men, because I actually want more men here. Then let's say in the future, then we have a men's section, or we have whatever, it could be different things, but we have to start somewhere. We cannot be comfortable with complaining and just accepting and say, and then our children have to inherit the same mess that we are in. So nobody wants to get close to the fire and actually do something different. We cannot let our children inherit that. Somebody said that don't be a boring ancestor. What kind of an ancestor do you want to be 100 years from now? One who contributed to the forwardment of the family, forwardment of the community, and of us race. So that's what I mean when I say community. I want us to not just be book clubbers, but to belong in a, is it fine or not? Okay. But to belong in a community that moves us forward. And at some point, we're going to start having minimum requirements. Right now it's okay that you guys, I have you as you are now, but with time, before this book club is finished, I need everybody to be in therapy who's not in therapy. Because how are we going to affect our family, workplace, or community, our own wealth? How many of the things that we are dealing with, that we are not dealing with, that we are not aware of, are affecting the very things that we say we want? Because I've been a student of personal development for years, and I've only recently realized that the reason is because my stumbling block was that there were things that I was not even aware that were the issue or the problem with me. And as I started working on those, then I start seeing that, oh, okay, so we're going to start having a minimum requirement of therapy at some point, because that's how we are going to do well, lifestyle-wise, how we're going to reach that economically, all those things, parenting, our marriages, how we can all really improve our relationships. Okay, so we're going to cheer you on. We speak the same language, and they say that success is a symptom of your community. So whatever it is that right now you are successful at, there is a community tied to that. And what more than us, that we are already liking each other like that. So we're going to talk about our roles. I'm just a guide. I'm just the guy who just designs and put things together, and we are going to follow some sort of a framework. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create tasks for you guys and put together material. I'm just a guide. Okay, you guys will have to experience that. So then there's soft limits, but like I said earlier on, when it comes to the book club, there's soft limits in the sense that I'm not going to be too rigid with that or too prescriptive with that. That is going to be, with the book club, we are building this together. Okay, but when it comes to the community building, that part of it, I'm going to have to take leadership on that. But for now, we are still building the community, but we are starting with the book club. So I just want to make that clear. Okay, so what is it that I expect from you? I expect you to give of yourself, especially in the community and book, well, both the community and the book club, to give of yourself, your thoughts, your wisdom, your experience, to be you and gift us with you. Your skills, there's things that we don't, that I know that you guys don't. If the more we are, there's actually, the graph is not linear. The graph of growth is not linear, it's actually exponential. The more people we add to that. So expect you to give something, connections, tips, your story, your understanding. That's in the community base, that's what is expected of you. You're also expected to glean. Obviously, if we are giving, everybody has something to give. We have to be open to gleaning then from each other, gathering up the knowledge and the skills and the wisdom from each other. Okay, and then to do, there's things that we are expected to do that will rise up as a product of us being in this community. Okay, and then all of that is what I wish you had this graphic so that you can see how I prepared it. Then that, in doing all of that, giving, doing, being, gleaning, we get to have then that community and the fruits and the successes that come. And it can only, the measure with which we do all these, we give, be, glean, and do, then that will be the measure that we will have the success and the output that we want. Okay, so now I'm going to start with the tasks. I think my time is good. I'm good on time. Class task. Ooh, what am I going to do with this one? What am I going to do with this one? Okay. Task number one. Task number one. The first book we are reading is The Alchemist. I want you to decide once and for all, what is it that you want? If you've read the book, I won't spoil it for anyone. If you read the book, you know the book is about following your dreams, if you read the book. So it is time right now. If you have issues with making up your mind, take the time right now, right? And decide the treasure of treasures, the highest it is, the most out there, but something that is truly you. That, let's forget all the role playing, guys. Let's forget the people that we show up as to each other. Let's forget our role in society with our partners, with our children, at work, socially. Let's just forget that, and it's you and you in the toilet being number two. Right? Or maybe not when you're doing number two, but it's you and you just before you fall asleep. Who is that? What does that person really, the yearning, the deep desire, the deep yearning, what is that? And if you're brave enough and you can do it, if you can articulate it in a sentence, in a word, in a picture, in a sculpture, in a paragraph, but it is crystal clear, you actually know what it's like, even if it's something you've never seen, you've never had, you've never experienced, you never tasted. When I say something you've never had or tasted, let's say, for instance, you're a doctor, right? If you're a doctor, so saying that you want to own a hospital or you want to be chief of staff, okay, all right, we get that. That could be a dream. But a dream then that you've never tasted is a deep yearning to dance, for example. That, look, just to be a solo, what ballerina, whatever the case is, then that becomes that dream that will just set you free, whatever it is. And it could be monetary, it could be anything. I'm not even going to prescribe whatever it is. It could be greatness, it could be whatever, in whatever form. So right now, the task for you, decide once and for all what that is. Okay, decide once and for all what that is. I had a video prepared. What I think I will do is I will play it on this laptop and show you. So laptop to laptop, we'll just have to listen to the video. So before you tell me, before you share your dreams, I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Articulate it. If you struggle with it, it's okay, you can tell me, all right? Before I start playing the video, I need to know, do you have it? Have you got it? Have you got it? That dream, that, you know, that treasure, that your soul's deepest yearning and wanting and hunger and all of that. Do you have it? It could be anything. I'm not going to prescribe, whatever it is. That will make life sweet, and that will just make it, that will just totally give you an overhaul of your life, an overhaul. That seems so far away and so impossible. What is that impossible dream? Okay, I'm not going to ask you what it is yet. I just need to know, do you have it? So I'm going to give you 2 minutes while I figure out what I'm going to do. Yes? Did I hear somebody say something? Okay, so I'm going to give you about 2 minutes while I prepare the video. And all I want to hear is I got it or I'm struggling. Those are the only two, and those are your options. Throw caution to the wind. If you can do it, really remove all the layers, the fake layers of life. And if you're able to do it right now, go really in. And that thing that you thought you would, it could never happen to you. You could never reach it. By the way, the fact that you're saying you could never reach it is because it's nagging you and you are antagonizing it. You are arguing against it. It's saying, hey, I want to come through you, and you say, hey, it could never be. So that thing that you feel that I could never be, or it could never happen to me, you are arguing against it because it is in you trying to come through, and you are saying it is not possible. The crazier, the bigger, the more outrageous, the more impossible, the better. Okay, so I'll give you a couple of minutes while I hope I didn't play it. Or maybe I should, let's do this. Let me give it to you in a link, and you mute yourself and you watch it. And then the video is about 3 minutes, and we'll take it back after 3 minutes. When you are done, you just write down on the chat box that you are done listening. I think that would be better than what I'm trying to do. So what we are going to do then is do that. I mean, it's on that laptop, on the WhatsApp, on the tablet. So just go to the WhatsApp on the, wait, how are we going to do this? Is it there? Oh, no, it's fine. I have it. It's fine, sorry. So now I am going to send it out to you guys. Yes, on WhatsApp. Copy URL. Hey, you see my things? My things are working out. I'm going to send it. Where are you guys? With my, let's see. There we go. Let's see. Everybody's here. Sia, Tembi, Bineli, Lita. Okay. All right. I'm sending it. Please give me a thumbs up, either here or on the WhatsApp I sent the link on, right? Give me a thumbs up here or on the WhatsApp to say that you received the link. Check your phone and let me know. Ngobi had it. Ngobi has it. How it's only Ngobi who has it. Anybody else? You are fine, love. You got it. Okay, Sia got it. Okay, great. Who am I missing? That's everybody. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, please listen to the video. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll mute myself also so that I can listen. Okay, are we all done? Send me a WhatsApp if you are done listening to the. Just say done. When you are done listening to the video or watching the video, done. Jimmy says done. I am done. Ngobisia. Or you can speak, you can unmute yourself and tell me that you're done actually. Ngobi's done. Sia, are you there? And a hush over Jerusalem.
I'm still listening.
Then there was a hush over Jerusalem. Yes, Sia? Are you done watching the video?
I was actually watching the video.
Mama, too loud.
Hi, baby.
Hiya.
I love.
Okay, I was watching the video about announcing your goal.
Are you done or did we disturb you?
You disturb me, but it's fine. I'll watch it.
No, finish it. Then you'll tell us. Finish it. We'll wait for you. It's fine. Take a bow, the night is over. I had something for me. What was it? What was it? I'm not bad with time. But I'm not doing bad with time. We are almost done. I think I'll play Take a Bow.
I'm done.
Oh, good, good. I was about to play Take and finish off. Okay, now unmute yourselves. Okay, it's just Sia and me actually. Ngobi is the observer and the assessor of situations. Okay.
No, big man can't.
Hey, bona Ngobi ki mutho important time.
Oh.
Ngobi is the moderator, moderating us. All right.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay,
let me start by asking, before I let you guys watch the video, I forgot to ask, did you have it or were you struggling with it? To me? Had it. Sia?
Got it.
You got it. You got the dream. You got it.
Limnandi Jan.
Ah, man, that's what I want to hear. All right. All right. So now let's chat a little bit about the video. Let's, this is, I don't want this to, okay, this is not going to be one-sided like it is. Let's chat a bit about what you agree, disagree. What are your thoughts on the video?
Look, the video, first of all, what's interesting is that they're saying that if you tell people your goal,
yes,
for some reason you don't achieve it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's because we tell people our goal because we tell them when we're excited about it. And then we don't do the follow.
I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it.
We tell people our goal, but then after we tell people our goal, it's almost as if you let go of it.
Yes.
because now you've told people about it. But the moment you don't tell people your goal, then you have the responsibility to work through it and make sure that it comes to pass. You
What are your
internalize it. You
yes?
internalize it basically, and then once you internalize it, then it's for you. It's your goal. The problem is that we are so quick to, hey, I want to do this, hey, I want to do this, without having followed through the process of what do I need to do to get my goal.
Yeah.
And I think that's the step we miss. It's
Yeah.
always nice to say, Gucci, I know I'm gonna make it, boy. What do you need to do to make it? So that's what I actually got from it. So
Yes.
and then there's the flip side. There's an advantage to saying your goal because then
What are those?
somebody's gonna be accountable. Like you put yourself accountable, but you said you're gonna achieve this, and in a way, it makes you want to be accountable to see it going through. So those are the two parts of it. I guess then it comes back to who do you tell your goal to?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. It actually does. That's my conclusion too. To me, what are your thoughts on the video?
Look, yes, I hear what you're saying. I agree.
Huh? I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. What were you doing?
Listening?
Oh.
Yeah. So, I was saying now, I guess that's why when they say write it down, make it happen. Even at school, we grow up, the first thing they teach you how to do, read, write, and you write everything. From your dreams, what's pissing you off, school stuff, and most of the time what you write, you normally do. Take the notes that you write to remind yourself of something important. Because sometimes you tell somebody something, you forget it, or it's easy to forget. So what came into mind now when he said, "You look, you tell somebody your dreams, and then it's as if it's you've got that thing. Oh wow, because wow, that's brilliant." And you think, yeah, that's what I think. This is brilliant. I'm brilliant. But like you were saying, Sia, the work, the how you're gonna do it, the steps that's needed to do it. What is it? But if you write it down, normally you start writing the steps. I'm gonna start going to the gym on Mondays, Tuesdays, and then when you open your diary, Monday, did you go to the gym? No, I didn't. Tomorrow I'm gonna go to the gym and do 1, 2, and 3. For me, you hold yourself more accountable when things are on black and white, are written on paper, not just talking about it. I think we are a society that we're so used to, you can say anything to anyone. Talk is cheap, and then we've made it cheap. As much as you can make whatever it is that comes out of your mind who you are, or out of your mouth who you are, it's so easy to whatever comes out of your mouth not really be what you are about. So yeah, that was my 2 cents worth.
Okay. So you guys really wrapped it up nicely. The way I see it is that it's all about intention. If you are sharing, intention is so powerful. If your reason for opening up with someone is for them to hold you accountable, then it is worth sharing to that person and that person only, or those few people and those few people only. Most of the time, we announce to get an applause and an ooh and an ah, or to want to be close and share things. So a lot of the times we share the intention behind that is to be seen, is to be validated, is to be told that, wow, that's a good thing, without realizing that if that's all you're doing, if you're sitting with your colleagues and you're like, yo, you know, I want to go study what, or whatever the case is. And, you know, number one, there's a dark side to that, by the way. Number one, you're going to, when they congratulate you, there's a satisfaction and a dopamine hit that you get from that. But if you don't tell anybody, there's no satisfaction, and that thing will still bug you. It is scientifically proven that when you tell, you see that study, they split people. They gave people 45 minutes and said, you have to, the ones that didn't tell anybody, when they interviewed them, they said that, I feel like I haven't, I finished. They finished the whole 45 minutes and they felt like they could have done more. And the other ones only did up to 33 and they felt like, yeah, I did good. This is someone who did 33 minutes instead of 45 minutes. And they felt like they did great. Now, who do you think will go further in the journey, in the execution? Because what we need is execution. What is fueling your execution is your staying in power. So if other people out of the 45, after 33 minutes, they stopped, no, I'm fine, I don't have to go to gym today, it's good, you know, that's the 33 minutes instead of the 45. And those that did 45, keep on wanting to, because where you are is you are fueled. You just want to, you see, because your mind is open to opportunity and to betterment, you just see more ways this could work, and that way other ideas are coming that will help you execute that even deeper than you thought. But once you get the dopamine hit that you are great, oh wow, what an amazing thing that you want to do, I think that's amazing, that is to your detriment. And let us not forget that there's a dark side to that. The dark side to sharing your dreams or your goals with the wrong people is that they are who are and accepting and acknowledging can actually discourage you. If you tell it to the wrong person, if you tell it to the wrong person, they could go, oh. And then you were like, and then if you love that person and they love you and they give you an underwhelming reaction, there's no way that's not going to affect you. There's no way that's not going to affect you. So I want to challenge us to have, even with each other, because when I watched this, I even realized some of the things that I shared with me, that his reaction and his encouragement, it made me feel good, and then I never followed through. But there's things that I did I tested this. There's things that I did on my own without telling you that I'm keeping at them because it was about me. This is about me. And it can go as far as anything, as long as it's for the betterment of the family. If to me it's busy, got something and there's nothing sinister, it's just great, right? And it's taking us forward. Let's say to me says, look, my biggest dream is to work Shoprite. We know that's not his biggest dream. But let's say that's the case. He wants to switch from Samenko or from this industry to another industry, right? And he doesn't tell me. And 2 years later, a year later, whatever the case is, that materializes. And I know that's what we want as a family, and I support that, even though I didn't know he was busy with it. That will serve us. Because then when he tells me, look, I'm thinking of X, Y, Z, I'm like, oh, wow, my love. As a supportive spouse, you want to encourage your person. But that encouragement can come at the cost of you feeling, oh, I'm the ish, I'm good. No, you're not. You have done nothing. All you did is speak about what you're going to do. So I want us to challenge each other. So then there's a dance to have, where we are sharing with each other as a community, and where we are actually, especially with each other and other people outside of us, where we are saying none. like nothing. Okay, so that's the challenge. So I have a home task for you guys. I was gonna let you guys guess. Can you guess what my home task is? Sia hasn't been to, this is Sia's first time with my teachings and what task am I going, what homework am I gonna give the people, do you think?
Read the book.
Read the book. If Nelly were here, I'd ask her.
Well, it'll be go and exercise your what's this thing? Exercise your where you want to be, and exercise, like go and do an introspection to find exactly what your dreams are.
Okay. All right, I forgive you for that. I do not forgive you because you should know. I forgive you for that, but that definitely is a task. But you guys said you got it. So the task definitely, when you enter reading this book, whether you're reading it for the 5th time, the 2nd time, the 1st time, go with that dream here when you are reading. When they are talking about treasure, hold on to that. Do not share it with me, whether I know it or not. Whether maybe I know 50 or 80%, do not share that with me. Go forward with that when we are reading the book. Okay, that's you practicing, then holding on and bringing it forth and doing the work necessary without any congratulation or acknowledgement, nothing. Okay, so hold on to that when you read the book. That's your treasure. Okay, and we'll make reference of that. So the home task, my home task that I always do when you're starting something new is what, Maragile? When you're about to embark on something new, you don't remember. Declutter.
Don't put me on the spot. How?
You should know. The homework is declutter, reorganize, and prioritize your surroundings. What that means is you are telling your brain that I'm about to embark into something new. All right? You can do it in phases. You can just choose one thing. You can do an overhaul, but make up your mind. What is it going to be? It can be your email listing. How many emails do you get? How many inbox unread messages do you have? That's clutter, that's hoarding. Go and unsubscribe and delete what you're never, ever, ever going to read so that you deal with about 24 hours worth of emails. Your personal one, I'm not talking about the work one. All right? So it could be email listing, it could be your home, your office, something in your office, your drawers at work, at home, your garage. There's a certain room that is just a mess. Go and declutter, and decluttering basically means you take out all of that, you categorize things. I need to throw this away, I need to put this in another place, I need to gift this. You put those things and you do that, and you remove the junk, right? Because that will be symbolic of also removing the junk that is keeping us where we are right now. Okay, so that is your homework, and I will keep asking you about it every time we meet. How's that coming? How's that coming? You may or may not share what it is, but I expect to hear that, you know what? Once it is done, actually, I don't want you to share it. I'm just going to ask, how far are you? Once it is done, you can then say, hey, you know what I did? I just got done clearing 1,700 emails. Now I'm running on a 24-hour system where I've unsubscribed to 10 listings that I was never using. I have deleted all my old emails, and all my emails that I have now is things I want to read, and I'm about 24 hours, maximum maybe 48 hours behind. That's it. Okay, and you make up your mind, after 48 hours, if I didn't read it, I'm going to delete it. I'm never going to read it, because it's going to, 48 hours is going to turn into a week, into a year. So after 48 hours, whatever I don't read in my personal email within 48 hours, I'm going to delete. Okay, so, and also declutter the company that you keep. Okay, buy a beautiful notebook for the books, please. It could be a notebook, a book, whatever, to write notes. To make the most of this, we have to write notes or do voice notes, whatever the case is, while you're reading. But make notes or really, let's bring your A game here. Okay, so now in closing, consider if a community really is a byproduct of if success is a byproduct of the community that you belong to. What is the ideal community that you would like for yourself? Ideal, when I say ideal, I mean ideal. Go wild with that. If you are ever to belong to a mastermind or to a group of dope-ass people, what would that community look like? Okay, this might be a stepping stone and not really what you want. This may be the one for me, this is it. But for you, I want you to have a clear, non-attached to this community, a clear idea that if you were to belong to a network of dope people, what would that community look like? Okay, and I want you to take steps to join one, if it's not this one, or to create one. That's my challenge to you. Be clear what would be ideal to you, okay? And I will send you a schedule, or by Monday, I'll send you the schedule of what is it that we are going to do. Okay, we are starting on, I'll send the schedule on Monday, but we are meeting again Saturday, 9 a.m. Okay, and by tonight, I think I have the breakdown that by Saturday, today's Thursday, right? Saturday, 9 a.m. Let's see how the first 45 pages must be done by Saturday. So that only really gives you tomorrow and maybe tonight now when you go to sleep. So from page 1 to page 45, we're going to discuss that on Saturday. And that's it for tonight, folks. Let's have a 10-minute chat. Tell me what you got from this. I always tell people that come to my presentations that whether it's here at church or some training, validate and repeat and mirror back to the person who has given of themselves with that presentation by telling them what you got out of it, what you saw, what you heard, or what impacted you. Because that would do two things. It helps you to tally up, what did I spend my time doing? What was this all about? Secondly, it validates and confirms what the speaker, in this case me, the purpose that I tried to put across. Did it land? Was it impactful? Because I have my own list of what I want you guys to get out of it. And then to compare that, so the feedback helps you and it also helps me and validates me. So I just want us to spend about 10 minutes talking about this and then calling this a night. I think really, given that we started about an hour ago, we did very well. I'm very satisfied with the time. It was really nice, short and to the point. So it's really Sia and Tumi. Sia, I'd like to start with you.
Mama D, thank you for the setup. Thank you for the talk. I'm actually putting this little one to sleep now. But yeah,
we have to sleep.
Yeah. But what I got is basically, look, it's a community of first of all, the objective is to align ourselves and have some sort of not some sort of, but have a space that we can create where we can share ideas, share, because it's one thing to always be a wishful thinker, but actions speak louder than words. And the way to get actions is to somehow get yourself to be accountable. So the more you're accountable, and this is not just one of those things where we need something to do more village. It must not excite us to, no, book club. Nah, it's not about that. And obviously, I think the last thing is be expectant. Allow yourself to really get into this and explore those things that were never explored before. And we don't have to be all mushy and emotional about things. But at the same time, we need to be clear, Uguti. Listen, we're gonna listen to you. We're gonna support your dreams. And through the books where you're not gonna be telling me, Dumi is not gonna be telling me, Ngobi is not gonna be telling me, and whoever else is gonna be telling me. But what you get from the books, you can use it however you want it. You also have the choice to tell us your dreams, and you also have the choice not to tell us your dreams. But just know, Guti, we are creating the space for you to explore that, and we'll give you the tools to achieve that. I don't know much about the books that have been aligned. Maybe the series will change. Maybe we'll suggest other books as we read.
Yes,
but it's not a set structure. It's versatility for me. It always brings new creativity and innovation. So I don't like, and I get bored very easily with structures. So for me, it's let's be expectant and let's honor the seriousness. Because one thing about people, if you don't honor the little things in life, such as this, you will never be able to be successful in any other thing.
Yeah.
So let's be consistent in this, and let's see where it takes us. Some will fall off the wagon, but we'll understand if they fall off the wagon. The bigger picture is unlearn and learn.
Yes.
And then the sky is the limit for some of us. Because I mean, I think I tell you, having a free mind that can do whatever. Yeah. So we'll see. Yeah.
Let's forge ahead. Marantz, you?
For me, look, communities, being part of something works. We see it every day. That's what we do. Like-minded people, that's what we do on a daily basis. We meet, we talk about our plans, we scrutinize our plans, we come up with better plans, we improve things, and it's a community. That's all we are at work. Community in the chrome industry, because that community is different, or the thinking is different if you move on to another a different industry. We know it works because we live it on a daily basis, but we don't do it for ourselves. We do it for days. We do it for some other guy called Australia somewhere. They've taught us these things. To be successful, you need to have a community. You need to daily engage as much as possible. You need to have the same vision. You need to discuss the vision. You need to adapt and move and grow. This needs to be a part of you. So I like it when Eric Corona. If we do this, we can all succeed in whatever it is that we need or that we want to do. As long as we are consistent, you might not know 100% what you want, but how you don't 100% know the chrome industry. You learn from others, over a sponge, and time goes by. Exactly. When you take over, when you lead with a purpose. You know where you're going or where we're going. So we need to do that for our lives as well. Under pressure for perfecting this at one sitting. We continuously do it. We will far exceed our expectations. And don't be afraid to change or to change your mind because you are growing within the community. Yeah, so let's share. And I also like the therapy, the healing. We all need healing. Siyakula anyway, sonke siyakula. Siyakula. So we all need healing. Some people think they are not sick, but we are all sick. So
we all need our eyes checked.
Mm,
Just that. Yeah, we all need our eyes checked and have a fresh perspective. All right, in closing,
Yeah.
thank you very much. Ray, did you want to say something?
No, nothing.
Oh, okay. So in closing, Ngobi, are you okay? Are you good?
Yes, I'm okay. I'm good.
All right, Sissy, sharp. So in closing, this is what I want to say. This went better than expected because you brought in, again, a fresh perspective that a community at work is a community you meet every day. You guys have morning meetings and accountability goals. This is what we're doing. Things went wrong. There's discussions, there's going forward, there's investigations, there's all these things. You guys are already doing this, but you're doing it for Samanco. People are making a profit out of you. So the skill of community, the skill of building something and crushing goals, we are just hacking that. You are already it. You've been having it. You're already it. You're already doing it. So now it is time we redirect that back to us. You are holding meetings every day. So why can't we create a team where on a daily basis, whether it's live or not live, we talk about something that you realize and you share, a meme that is going to be, that's going to help with where we are going. You share that, a video, you share that, whatever it is, a message, a question, or a stressor, or a small celebration, or a bad day. And you just have people flocking to you. You had a bad day, you had a disappointing something, and you have people flocking to you to assist you and to tell you it's actually not as heavy as that. We are here, we're here to help you. So I really, really like that example that you gave. It opened up another level to that. You're already doing it. Yeah. A community we are not starting something new. Samanco is a community. West Plant is a community. Logistics is a community.
Not the
TFC. But anyway, I love how this got off. I'm very happy. I'm excited. Let us, guys, let us go. I like what you said, Sia. Let us do this. Let's see how far we go, man. We might aim for the moon. The moon is still very far from Earth. So let's give this
fall for the stars.
Hey?
We aim for the moon. If we fall for the stars.
You see, even better. Oh, is that the saying? Is that the saying? Do I have it wrong?
That's what my father always tells me. Aim for the moon. If you fall for the stars.
Beautiful. Let's do this, guys. Let's do this.
Exactly.
Alrighty, I'm out. We will meet each other 9 a.m. Saturday. And by then, page 45, we should have done with part 1 of the book. There's an free audiobook on YouTube if you like doing, yeah. That might help when you're driving to work or something.
Okay.
All right, folks. Bye. Thank you for coming.
Sharp.
Saturday. Bye.
Bye.
You must answer your WhatsApp.
Sure.
Sure.
Oh my word. Ngobi. Task tomorrow. Yes, I will do it. Tomorrow. Oh, hey, there's me reading. I need to reread the book. Nah? I need to read the book by end of business tomorrow. Nah? I need to have the tasks. I need tasks. Nah? And I need the guided questions.
Okay.
Particularly when they read, how to discuss.
Okay.
So, I'll send a link. You will.
Sorry.
All right. Okay, I'll send you the link. Yeah, the book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
So tomorrow you can start reading the book. Yeah.
Okay.
Tomorrow you can start reading the book. It'll check more. So it'll check that part. How many minutes?
Okay, no problem.
Wa utlwa ke re?
And
Yeah.